without you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Yeah. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Let's make sure we're not on mute. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. So it is Tuesday, the 27th of August. And yeah, of course, today, as we always do, we will run through the charts. We will take a look at what is going on, what I'm currently doing within these markets, and what I'm looking for. And then, of course, those next moves, those next trades that I'm looking for. All of that's good stuff. So yeah, of course, if that sounds interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Really helps me out, really helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. Of course, if you're new as well, subscribe, turn that bell notification on so you never miss updates like this. But enough of that. Let's jump into the charts and let's take a look at what is going on, because yeah, there is quite a lot to talk about. We are finally starting to see some movement in Bitcoin, because remember, last week was just a very, very, very boring week. Up until the weekend, of course. Very, 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 very boring up until that weekend. And finally, we did get some more movement. We took another TP on that long trade, of course. And it's been pretty boring. But like I said, we're starting to see some movement. So that is always good. So of course, still very much in that long trade, right? We entered into that long trade on the 5th of August, right? We entered into the long trade on the 5th of August. Of course, we took a TP1. Let's just remind ourselves. So, of course, the long trade, I'm taking the swing long from the failed auction that was given to the team on the Discord, and that was from around $54,000. And then we took a TP1 at that value area low, of course, at $61,200 approximately. That was the TP1 that we took. Move the stop loss to entry, of course, risk-free trade. And then I did actually decide to take some profit on the Sunday. Updating the team here, long and strong, remaining long and strong on Bitcoin. And then here it was. Yeah, just decided to take some more profit on the long due to price stalling at strong resistance. Okay, so yeah, I took I realized another $1,000 off of the trade because we were coming into that VWAP, and then of course the weekly naked point of control, which we are getting that big rejection from as of right now. That held price down. So for me, that was just it was like a no-brainer really to take some profits there. If we're stalling at major resistance, is probably a good idea. And at the same time, right, like I told the team in the daily market updates, right, we had millions, and we'll talk about this as well, but we had millions and millions of longs opening up at those highs, which you can't really consider them. You can, but you can't really consider it bearish. But what you have to think, okay, is that longs an incredible amount of longs opening up at a high, it's not necessarily bearish, but it can flip bearish very, very quickly. So that is something to be aware of, right? It can flip bearish very, very quickly. And then today, right? Today at approximately 2 p.m., I did take a small hedge short against the long. So I am now in a short trade, and this is a short trade that we had actually been planning. Okay, we've actually been planning this. We've been looking for this. Now, this is not the short that I was originally looking for. I was looking for more like $67,000 for the short trade, but okay, we can't, we can't try and force the markets to adapt to us. We need to adapt to what the markets are doing. And for me, I saw a short trade set up, okay, and I'm now looking for a long squeeze. Why am I looking for a long squeeze? Well, because we've had an incredible amount of long trades open up on this move up. Okay, we can take a look at Exo charts, right? Let's just give it a bit of a refresh because I haven't looked at it in a few hours. And let's just go on to let's go make it easy for ourselves. Look at the 12-hour, okay? And you can see on this big candle up on the, this was a Sunday, wasn't it? Okay, so this was a Sunday on this big move up here. We had 104 million new long trades coming in. Okay, in the next candle, we had 57 million long trades coming in. Okay, so we had 161 million new long trades coming in. Okay, in these two candles right here. Right, which initially, okay, you would consider this very, very bullish. Yes, okay, you would consider this very, very bullish. However, okay, it's like what I said a few minutes ago, right? Longs at highs, okay, is good, okay, fine, right? This is what we want to see for continuation higher. But, okay, if we start to see price pulling back a little bit, okay, it can very, very quickly become very, very bearish. Why? Because we can look for a long squeeze. Exactly like, right, we saw this huge short squeeze towards the downside here, okay? And prior to that as well, on this move down, of course, we can't see it on Exo charts because it gives you so much data in such a small period, okay? But we had this, we can take a look at it on TradingView. As you can see, we had this big move down here as well. This big move down here, which we shorted previously, was a short squeeze, right? Sorry, a long squeeze, okay? This big move down here was a long squeeze, okay? Why was it a long squeeze? How do we know this was a long squeeze? Well, we can very simply look at this and say, okay, right, price was increasing, open interest was increasing, and delta was building positive over time, okay? So we know that these are new longs coming in. Right, then we had this big move down. What was happening in the order flow? Okay, well, open interest was decreasing, so we know money flowing out of the markets. Okay, and over time, delta was building negative. Right, so what does this mean? Okay, this means that longs are closing, right, and because price is pulling back, and because the move up was, of course, fueled by new long trades, this means that longs are getting completely wrecked. Okay, so of course that was a long squeeze, squeezing out all of those long trades. Okay, and it's the same principle here. This is what we can be looking for, right? We can be looking for the same thing. We can be looking for that long squeeze because remember, right, what has happened, right? Maybe it's not been as of an impulsive move as that previous move up here. Okay, maybe we haven't seen as many long trades open up. Okay, but still the same rules apply, right? Price has risen over time. Open interest has increased over time. Okay, you can see maybe it's not as significant as last time. Okay, the last move up that of course we longed, right? But it's still an increase in open interest. What has happened to delta as well? Delta has been building positive over time as well. Okay, so we know, right? We know that these are new long trades that have fueled this move up. Okay, it's not been a short squeeze, right? These are new long trades that have opened up, fueling this move up, right? So this is where we have to be a little bit careful, right? Because of course we still have the long trade open up from the low. Okay, I still have this long trade opened up from the low. Okay, but remember, okay, we're looking at retail traders here. We're looking at the retail traders who FOMO, okay, into trades, right? These retail traders who longed late, okay, these longs that opened up late, we are interested in those, okay? And we know, right, those long trades have opened up, right? Quite a significant amount of them have opened up, okay, at, each of these highs as well, okay? And a lot of them, especially at this high that we've just sort of put in here at around $64,000, okay? And what happens, okay, and what we're going to probably start to see now is these longs actually get squeezed out of the market, okay? And what is this? Or, what happens in a long squeeze, okay? This is what I talk about a lot, the domino effect, okay? I talk about it a lot, and some of you who are regular watchers here are probably fed up of it, okay? I understand that. But, it's what moves the markets, right? It's what moves the market, not market manipulators, okay? It's retail traders that move the markets the majority of the time. You may not believe that, okay, but it's kind of what happens. Yes, okay, we have the people the large institutions, market makers who maybe manipulate the market slightly. Okay, they're only doing it very slightly. Okay, and then what they do is they leave it up to the retail traders to completely wipe themselves out, right? And how does this work? Well, of course, if we have long trades that are underwater, long trades that are offside, okay, because price is pulling back, right? What happens to them? They come emotional, they come fearful, maybe they're over leveraged. Okay, and what happens is they get stopped out of their trade, they get liquidated. Of course, if they are over leveraged, they get liquidated. And that means that they are covering. Okay, when they're covering, they are selling into the market. Sells into the market, push the price lower, right? So what we are looking at, okay, is long trades covering, selling into the market. Where are they selling into? Okay, well, they're selling into more long trades who do the same thing because they're over leveraged, they're fearful, okay, whatever it may be. Right, they're coming into those fearful, over-leveraged longs again. Okay, who cover, sell. Where do they sell into? They sell into more long trades who have to cover. Okay, sell, and they sell into more long trades, and that's the domino effect that I talk about a lot. Okay, it's literally what I talk about all of the time because we've seen it 3 times now. Okay, and I can only show you one example here because, of course, ExoCharts only shows you so far back because it gives you so much information, right? But it's happened on every single short trade that we've looked at and every single long trade that we've looked at as well. Okay, so this move up here, right? This move up here was fueled by new long trades coming in. Okay, what happened here, right? It was a long squeeze, right? We long this move up here as well. Okay, we then shorted this. What happened? Okay, we had a long squeeze out, squeezing out all of the long trades. Okay, again, with this one here, fueled by long trades opening up, right? But then, okay, the move down was fueled by these long trades getting completely wrecked, getting liquidated, getting stopped out, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is kind of something that I'm looking at playing out again. And, whether this is the trade setup that takes us down there, we don't know. Okay, it possibly could be it, but to be honest with you, I do not know if this is going to be the short trade setup that takes us to those new lows of like $48,000, and I'll get on to why I would be looking for those as well. But we could maybe come back up again, okay, for another short trade setup here to then take that down. Of course, that is a possibility as well. I don't know where the high is going to be put in. I'm just looking for the best possible trade setup, right? The highest probability trade setup. That's what I always look for, right? The high probability trade setups, okay? And once I see one, I will take it. Okay, it's exactly like the long trade from the low here, right? It was a high probability long trade setup, so I took the trade. Here, I understand it's a high probability long trade setup. Okay, for me, right, this short trade is not something that I'm looking to have open for a few hours, a few days. Okay, this is something that I'm looking to have open for quite a considerable amount of time. Okay, quite a few days, quite a few weeks, possibly, right? Again, like I said to the team here, this was a swing long trade, right? When I entered into that long trade, okay? So here you can see I'm taking a swing long from the failed auction, right? It's a swing long trade. How long have I had this trade open for? Well, I've had it open for about 22 days, okay? Because, of course, it's the 27th of August now. I opened this trade on the 5th of August, right? So it's been open for about 22 days. And, again, entering into that trade, I wasn't looking for price to rise instantaneously. Okay, I wasn't looking for price to rise in a matter of minutes, in a matter of hours, or in a matter of days. I was looking for this trade to be open for a few weeks. Okay, and that's how it's played out, and it's played out really, really nicely. And it's the same principle with this trade here. I'm not looking for this trade to give me results instantaneously. I'm not looking for this trade to be open for minutes, hours, days. I'm looking for this trade to be open for a few weeks, okay? And still with this long trade, right? I still have the long trade open, okay? And, what could happen is we could see price actually rise, stop this trade out. We could see continuation up to 70K, break the bearish market structure, go to all-time high, okay? And of course, right, I'll be taking advantage of this because I'm still in that long trade, right? But I understand we have a high probability short trade setup here, high probability short trade setup, and we could see the trend continue, right? Remember, I've been talking about this a lot. Trade the trend until the trend ends, because the trend is your friend until the end. What is the trend at this moment in time, right? Let's get rid of the trades for a sec. What is the trend at this moment in time? Well, the trend is continuous lower highs after continuous lower lows, right? Look at it, right? Continuous lower highs after continuous lower lows. This is what we've been looking at for a very, very, very long time now, okay? A very long time. And it has played out amazingly for us. It's played out absolutely amazingly, right? We shorted this, we've shorted this. There was the short trade that, of course, I gave to the team. I didn't take it myself because I was away from the office, okay? But we had those, right? Of course, we had the long trade from here. We had the long trade from here. We had the long trade from here. What have I been doing? I've just been trading the trend, okay? That's literally what I've been doing. Shorting the lower high, longing the lower low, okay? Why? Because ever since, every time we form the lower high, okay, and we have a trade entry trigger, what happens? Well, price comes down to a new low, okay? What happens after we form a new low? Okay, we come back up to form another lower high, right? So I've literally just been trading the trend, and that's what I'm viewing for this trade as well, okay? So like I said earlier, this is what we're going to talk about now, where I can look for price to go, okay? And where can I look for price to go? Well, I've got a short trade set up here. We've had lots of long trades open up on this move up. So if we're going to see price continue to pull back, okay, we break the the bullish structure, because of course we are in bullish market structure at this moment in time. So if we do start to see price pull back, we do start to break that bullish structure, what can we be looking for? Okay, well, we can be looking for price to break below, okay, $49,000 again and form a new low. Okay, this is what we can be looking for. Why? Because this is the trend. It's simple, right? Sometimes you do have to strip back all the advanced analysis, okay, and just look at the basics, right? What are the basics? Okay, well, the basics is market structure. This is what a lot of people do forget. Okay, they forget about market structure. Okay, because they start to look at they start to get too involved with the advanced stuff. But sometimes you need to strip back the advanced analysis and just look at the simple basics, fundamentals of the markets. Okay, and what is the fundamentals here? Okay, well, the fundamentals is bearish market structure. Okay, so we can be looking for this trend to continue, right? The the probabilities of another lower low forming, okay, are pretty high, right? Of course, yes, I understand if we break above 70K, what are we going to be doing, right? Well, we're going to be breaking the bearish market structure, and that's when we can look for all-time high. Of course, I have my own opinion on that. I know Damien in the Discord has his own opinion about that as well, okay? We're not necessarily going to see all-time high, even if we do break this bearish market structure. Okay, that's another discussion, right? But for me, it's just looking to continue to trade this trend, right? Continue to trade this trend. And that's why I would be looking for another lower low. Okay. And what would fuel this low, right? What would fuel this, this new low? Okay. Well, what would fuel it is these longs getting wrecked. Okay. So of course, a long squeeze, right? That's why it's in the title, a long squeeze, right? We would be looking for this, this move to be fueled by longs covering, longs selling into the market, okay, and pushing that price into new long trades to cover, sell, and the domino effect that I talk about a lot, okay? So, I wouldn't expect, like this move down here, okay, like this move down here, and like this move down here, I wouldn't be looking for this possible move down here to be fueled by new short trades coming in, okay? Because remember what happened on these last 3 pullbacks here. These pullbacks were fueled by longs getting stopped out, not new short trades coming in. So this move down here, I'd be expecting the exact same thing, because again, we've had millions and millions of longs open up on the move up, okay? So that's kind of what I would be looking for. This is why I'm short, okay? This is why I'm looking for lower prices, okay? Now, yeah, for me, I'm in a very comfortable position right now, because I am in a long trade from the low as well. So I'm very comfortable. If I do get stopped out of this trade, I will take a loss of $500, okay? But right, I'm still very much in that long trade, right? I'm still quite long on the market. So, even if I do take a loss here, it's not going to negatively affect me. All it's going to do is take away from profits, because, of course, I can still take advantage of any move, right? Because, of course, the move up, if that happens, because I'm still in that long trade, right? So even if I do get stopped out, right, and we do see higher prices here, it doesn't affect me. And this is a position that I really, really enjoy being in. And this is a position that I strive to be in all of the time, because it just mitigates that risk as much as possible. Right, okay, I'm in a good short trade here. I like the probabilities I have for this short trade, but this short trade is not 100% going to play out. It's not, no trade you take is 100%. So I understand, okay, if I do get stopped out of this long trade, I'm still quite long on the market, so I can take advantage of that move, and this loss will not negatively affect me. It's only going to take away from profits, which I'm not too fussed about, okay? I'm willing to risk that $500 to squeeze more profits out of these markets, right? That's, the aim of the game, right? That is the game. So, yeah, at this moment in time, really, really enjoy, I'm really comfortable in that position that I am in at this moment in time. And this is something that I want you guys to strive for as well, getting yourselves into positions like this where you're very comfortable in taking a trade, right? You're very comfortable in taking a trade because you're already in a profitable trade, okay? Or you're in 2 profitable trades where you're long, okay? Your stop loss is at entry on the long, you've already taken a profit there. You're short, okay, as well. You move your stop loss to entry on the short, okay, and you've already taken a TP1 on the short. That is the best position. That is a position that I strive to get into a lot of the time as well, and that's what I'm striving to get into here as well. So if we do see price starting to pull back here, what am I going to do? I'm going to take a TP1 in this short trade, move the stop loss to entry, and I am now in the best position I could ever be when trading, right? I am long, taking a TP, sorry, I'm long, I've taken a TP1 and a TP2 actually, move the stop loss to entry. So that's a risk-free trade. I'm in a short, stop loss is at entry, I've taken a TP1. All right, this is the best position that you can be in, because it doesn't matter where price goes, you can profit off of that either way. Okay, you can profit off of that either way. So that is what I'm striving for within this trade, right? Then I can relax, I can sit back, kick my feet up, and I don't have to worry about anything. I can let the trade play out. Okay, and then I look for the next best possible trade setup, okay, and have that planned, right? When I see that, I take that. But other than, up until we get to that level where I'm looking for a new trade, I can sit back, I can relax, I can chill, I don't have to worry. Okay, it's a really nice position to be in. Okay, it gets rid of all of the stress. Okay, there is a lot of stress in trading. Okay, there is a lot of stress in trading. It gets rid of all of the stress. It mitigates risk. Okay, it's just a very, very nice feeling, okay, to be in, because I still get the feeling sometimes, when I'm not in a trade, I still get that feeling of, oh, I need to be sat down at the computer, I need to look for another trade. I do get that. Do I let that affect my trades? No. Okay, I don't let it affect my trades, but I do have that feeling sometimes. It still creeps in, right? Again, I don't let it affect my trading. It's like my emotions. I do still have emotion in trading. I don't think I will ever let go of the emotion in trading, but what I don't do is I don't let it creep into my trades. I don't let it affect my trades. Okay, yes, I've got this bit of emotion here, but I'm not letting it affect my trade. Losing, if I take a loss here, losing $500, yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Okay, yeah, maybe I may feel some sort of emotion for it. Okay, but I don't let it affect me. I don't let it affect my trades. Okay, and that's just a really, really important thing to think about, right? So yeah, where I am right now, I'm very comfortable. I'm very happy in this position. So it is just remaining patient, and yeah, waiting for a possible move. Okay, is this going to be the short, the short that we're looking for? Is sorry, the long squeeze that we're looking for? Okay, or are we going to get stopped out and see continuation higher? Right, I'm not really bothered. Okay, like I said, I'm in a really good position. I will just pull up the chat and I can see a few comments have come in. So yeah, let's have a look. Martin, good to see. Seems like you are CC student. I'm guessing you're talking about Chart Champions. Yeah, I'm fully aware of Chart Champions. I'm not a student of Chart Champions, but I'm fully aware of them and I know what they do, and I know that they have a very similar strategy to myself as well. But yeah, I'm very aware of them, and you know, I know for a fact that they are very reliable sources as well, because you know, I know that what they use, okay, the analysis that they use is very similar to what I look at as well. So you know, I know for a fact that they are very reliable sources, but yeah, I'm not a student of them whatsoever. Disclosure Crypto, good to see you here. I don't believe I've seen you here, so it's nice to see you here. Could you look at how do you pronounce that? Gari Network? Yeah, I guess I can. Let me have a look at it on coin market. Let me have a look at it on coin, because I don't want to look at anything that has like lower than 10 million 10 million daily volume. Because even though I'm a very small channel, I don't ever want to be accused of a pump and dump scheme or something. That's, you know, not something that I am into whatsoever. So I want to stay clear of any sort of any sort of backlash. Let's have a look. I feel like they moved their. What's the market cap? The market cap is 3.3 million. So that's very low. Daily volume, 1.2 million. So to be perfectly honest with you, I apologize. I'm not going to look at that. If it's only got a daily volume of 1.2 million, I'm not going to look at that, just because I understand that. Again, I'm only a very small channel, but I don't want to ever be linked with a pump and dump or anything like that. And so I would never look at anything that's got lower than 10 million daily volume. It's just something that I wouldn't look at. It's not something I would trade either. So I can't really look at that. But of course, if you do have any questions, please do put them in the chat. Please do put them in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to take a look at any questions you may have. I can see here Jay Rogers has also taken the short trade as well. So Jay Rogers took the short trade. I think he actually took that short trade before me as well. He did that on what was it? Was it the long trade? I think he took the long trade before me as well. Good on you, Jay Rogers. Let's have a quick look at the stock market as well. So the stock market is just consolidating, right? The stock market is just consolidating, and I didn't put this anywhere. I didn't put this in the Discord. I didn't put this on. I didn't put this on YouTube, but I was in a long trade on Pepe. I was in a long trade on Pepe, and I was on a long trade on Ethereum as well. And I have, and I don't mean a long, like a leverage long trade. I mean like a spot buy long. So I was in 2 spot buys, and I have now just realized 100% profit off of that. 100. I've just transferred it all back into USDT, just because I made some nice profit on that. I was quite happy with that. So now I'm just remaining a little bit cautious because we've got the short trade set up on Bitcoin. Can we look for another lower low? Possibly. Of course, I'd be looking at Pepe. I'd be looking at Ethereum taking a big hit if we are to get that big pullback there. So that's something that I didn't want to happen. So I did just realize the profit on that. It wasn't a trade that I was looking to take up to any sort of all-time highs or anything. It was just a nice little trade. Why? Because I entered into a long trade on Bitcoin, and I did say on YouTube a while back that I was going to put some of my USDT into some altcoins. If we did get the long trade set up on Bitcoin, it's exactly what I did. So I bought some Pepe, I bought some Ethereum. That's why I've been looking at those. But I have now just closed those positions. I just thought I'd update you with that. But anything else, really? Anything else? Not really. Of course, if you do have any questions, please do put them in the chat. Again, this short trade, like the long trade here, like the long trade from down here, I'm not interested in holding this short trade open for a matter of minutes, hours, or days. This is a short trade that I would expect to be playing out over the course of over 2 weeks, right? Exactly like this long trade here. It took 22 days to come up to $65,000, right? It took 22 days to come all the way up there. So again, it's not like I was saying back here, as a swing long trade. I'm not looking for this trade to be open for a matter of minutes, hours, or days. This is a few weeks that I'm looking to hold this trade open, and I'm saying the exact same thing here. I'm saying the exact same thing where we are now. Not looking for this trade to be open for minutes, hours, days. This is a few weeks that I'm looking for price to slowly grind down. I understand that recently I haven't been taking as many trades as I usually do. I've talked about this previously before as well. For me at this moment in time, swing trades are preferred for me at this moment in time rather than day trades. Yes, if I see a day trade here and there, I will take a day trade. But at this moment in time, I'm preferring the swing trades just because how amazing this range has been to trade. It's just been absolutely amazing to trade. If you've been following, you will know how I've just enjoyed trading this range so much. That's kind of why I'm not trading as much at this moment in time and having these bigger swing trades open. It's just, like I say as well, some of the time, I like to, or you should strive to adapt to the markets, not try and get the markets to adapt to you, because the markets are never ever going to adapt to you. This is what a lot of retail traders think. They think, the markets are going to adapt to them. No, the markets, you have to adapt to the markets, right? As a retail trader, this is something that I used to do all of the time as well, where I would not blame myself for taking continuous losses, right? I was always blaming the market, right? But you cannot ever blame the market. And I feel like that's a mistake that I made coming into trading. Now, I blame every mistake, not that I really make any mistakes anymore. I don't think anyway. Any losses that I take, I don't consider them mistakes. I just understand that, trading is a game of probabilities. You are going to take losses here and there. So I don't ever consider myself making mistakes anymore. But I understand, right? I adapt to the markets, right? I prefer swing trades at this moment in time. Why? Because the markets, are favoring swing trades more than the day trades. When the markets are, consolidating a little bit more, or more restricted, because of course, yes, you can view this as quite constricted consolidation, but this is on a large time frame, right? If we are really constricted, really tight, kind of like this here, right? That's like day trading, this is like day trading. How do I say it? Price action, day trading price action. That is, I didn't actually take any day trades there. There was one day trade that I saw. I didn't take it though. But that's more day trading. price action. Okay. But yeah, still, I'm more in the mindset of swing trades rather than day trades, just because the markets at this moment in time are giving us better swing trades than they are day trades. But right, it's sometimes right we see better day trades than we do swing trades. Okay, so again, it's like I adapt to the markets, because when there are better day trades, I will look for the day trades. When the markets are better for swing trades, I will look for the swing trades. Let's have a look at the comments again. And Kerr, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. Hello, brother. Do you think Bitcoin can go down to 42K? Right. So yeah, I haven't spoken about this in a while, but I did have a target. I believe it was $43,000. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so a target of mine is like $43,000. And yes, I do think we could come down to $43,000. I think that's a possibility. Of course, what do we have to do? Right. Well, we have to lose this low here. Okay. If we lose this low here, yes, I think $43,000 is quite a realistic target. There's quite a lot of support there. So I do quite like that as like a price target. But first of all, we need to see this long squeeze starting to play out, right? We need to see this long squeeze starting to play out, because of course, this is only the very start of this move, right? Yes, we're seeing a bit of a pullback here, but it's only the very, very start of the move, okay? So we want to see a bit of a bigger pullback. We want to break this bullish market structure. If we do that, okay, then yes, I would be looking for $49,000 first, okay? I'd be looking for $49,000, where from there, okay, let's just get rid of the trades again for a sec. Okay, where from there I would reevaluate. Okay, are we showing any signs of bullishness down here? If we are, of course, I look for the long trade. Okay, and maybe we look for another lower low. Okay, something like that. Okay, where from there, okay, we could then come down to $43,000. Okay, so it's like, yeah, I like the idea of $43,000. I like the support that we do have down at $43,000. Okay, I have a short trade here, and I can tell you now, I will have that short trade open to $43,000 if we are going to go down to $43,000. Right, I will. But okay, at this moment in time, I still have to remember what is the trend. Okay, and the trend is right that we come down, we form a new low. Okay, we fail auction that low for a possible long trade, right? And I'm thinking, okay, $43,000 is just a little bit too deep to go. Okay, just a little bit too deep, I think, to go. If we are going to continue this trend where we fail auction the range low and we come back up for another lower high. So yes, $43,000 would be a target, but it's like, yeah, if we get the long trade set up here, then I'm thinking, okay, we're going back up, right? Then if we get a short trade from here, okay, then right, we can look to take that down, possibly to $43,000, right? This is how it could kind of play out. Okay, so yeah, on this move down here, if we do come and break the previous low, the new range low, then I don't necessarily think we could come down to $43,000 on that move. We could, right? We could, and I can tell you now that I will be taking advantage of it because I will be still in a short trade. But yeah, it's like, right, if I see the long trade setup, I then look for higher prices, where I then possibly look for a short trade. And then, okay, maybe on that second move down, we come to $43,000, right? So yes, right, if we do continue this bearish structure, I would be looking for 43, but it all depends on the perspective, right? Because we could come down, we could get a long trade set up, and then we're looking for higher prices. So I'm never going to target a single level. Okay, it's exactly like $67,000 here, right? I was targeting $67,000, right? But I started to see weakness here, so I'm thinking, okay, right, let's short here and not wait for $67,000, because if I wait for $67,000, I may miss the long trade, right? Short trade. I may miss the short trade because price could just pull back from here. So it's the same thing, right? If we're coming down here, we come down to $48,000, right? And if I'm still waiting for $43,000, we get a long trade set up here, and we come up. I've missed the long trade, right? So I will never target a level. Well, I will target levels, of course, but I will never target a level so much so that I will not take any trade until we get there. Okay, I would never ever do that, right? I will always, again, it's adapting to the markets, right? Okay, yes, I was targeting $67,000, but the markets are now saying otherwise. So I'm adapting, right? I've now taken a short from here. So it's all about adapting. Yes, $43,000. I think that's an amazing target, right? I think it's an amazing target for this bearish price action that we are in. And I think from there is an amazing long trade, right? An amazing long trade from there. Okay, but right, we may not make it down there. We may get a long trade set up from higher prices, and then we go to the races from there. So yeah, that's kind of how I would look at it, right? So yeah, I think it's a possibility, but I'm not gonna hold myself to price coming down to $43,000. Okay, we may not do it. Okay, we may not do it, right? So that's kind of how I would view it, to be perfectly honest with you. So I hope that's helped. So yeah, what else is going on? I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about with the trades, to be honest with you. We can cover the bull flag, because I guarantee quite a lot of you guys here as well are looking at this, right, as a bull flag. I'm viewing it as a bull flag myself, even though I don't trade bull flags. Okay, I still view this as a bull flag for myself, right? I understand that retail traders are going to be looking at this as a bull flag, and like I was talking about earlier, me and even Damien on the Discord as well, we have our own opinion of this possible breakout of the bull flag, right? Personally, for me, I think it could get very bearish if we break up here. Okay, we could get a big short set up from up here. Yeah, it's a bull flag. Everybody's looking at this moment in time. So it's like any trade. Well, one style of trade that I take, right? I've got I've got 3 different styles of trades that I look for, right? I look for absorption, right, where big players are absorbing either shorts or absorbing sells or absorbing longs or absorbing buys. Okay, so I have absorption like trades, okay, from institutions. I then have, of course, the trapped traders, where I'm looking for trap traders. And that's what I'd be looking for in this instance. And then, of course, we have when the majority of the market have been completely wiped out. That's the third type of trade I look for. And that's, of course, what we took here. Okay. But yeah, the second type of trade I look for, of course, is the trap traders, right? So if all retail traders are viewing this as a bull flag, we get lots of millions and millions and millions of longs opening up on this move up here. Okay. On the breakout, what a retail trader is going to be doing? Well, they're going to be longing. Why? Because this is the breakout of a bull flag. So we see millions of longs open up here. However, right, price starts to pull back a little bit. Why? Because we'll probably have someone absorbing all of the buys, all of the longs up here as well. So it kind of ties in with the first style of trades that I look with, but it is slightly different. Because it relies on a long squeeze or a short squeeze. But yeah, we could see millions of longs opening up here. Okay, we could see millions of long trades open up here. Price starts to pull back a little bit. Okay, and then what happens from there? Well, we get that big long squeeze, right? Squeezing out all of the longs that opened up on this move up. Okay, so this is something that we could look for, of course, if we do not see the big long squeeze here. Okay, this is something that we can look for. Of course, we could come back up here, then get the long squeeze from there. These are all just scenarios. Okay, I don't know which one's going to play out. I'm just going to trade whichever one shows me the trade entry trigger. Right, I've been shown a trade entry trigger here, so I've taken the trade entry trigger. Right, I've shorted. Okay, right. If I get stopped out, I get a trade entry trigger here. Okay, I'll take that. Right. Maybe we do not get the trade entry trigger there. Maybe we come up, maybe we break out. Okay. Then we get a trade entry trigger from there. Okay. And we look for the big short trade from up there. So yeah, I won't get too far ahead of ourselves, right? We don't need to talk about that just yet. But yeah, it's just something to, of course, be aware of. But yeah, of course, if you have any questions, please do let me know, and I will answer any questions that you do have. Or if there's anything you want me to look at, please do put that in the chat, and I will take a look. But yeah, I'm quite comfortable with, yeah, like I was saying earlier, very comfortable with how I'm positioned in this market at this moment in time. I am, yeah, still very long on the market. I'm in a little bit of a short trade as well. So if we pull back, okay, right, I can be making some profit on the short, right? If we do get stopped out of the long and we see higher prices, great, right? That long trade can continue to pay us, right? I can see another comment has come in. So let me just pull the chat up again. Here we go. Anchor, good to see you back. This current downwards move reminds me of the slow burn drop from 70k to 60k around 4th of August. Then after losing 60k, it fell to 48k in no time. So you are talking about this move here, okay? This move here, which of course, I gave the short trade setup. This was in the daily market update here, all the way up from $69,500. That was a short trade setup that we were looking at on that daily market update, of course. And yeah, we got this big short trade here. You can see for yourselves actually that FR Trader did take this trade himself as well. So yeah, congrats to FR Trader. So yeah, here's the short trade that FR Trader took. So he entered in at $69,800. There was a short trade. Yeah, $69,800. There we go, bang on. So yeah, that was a short trade that he did have from there. Yeah, again, I was away from the office, so I didn't take that short trade. But yeah, I wouldn't say. So I'm guessing, yeah, to the 4th of August. Yeah, 4th of August. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a slow burner down here, to be honest. This is a very one-directional quick move down. Very, very one-directional quick move down. So yeah, I mean, this could be what happens, right? Where we get a quick move down, okay, and then yeah, like you said, a very quick move down from 60k all the way to 48. It's a possibility, right? And yeah, we can see what happened in there, right? Let's take a look at Exo charts again. We know what happened in that one candle there, that 112-hour candle. 120 million long trades got wrecked in that one single candle. Okay. And then what happened after that? Of course, we took the long trade, right? Why? Because a huge portion of the market, well, the majority of the market had been completely wiped out, and everybody's too fearful to get into the market because they've completely ruined themselves. That just offers an amazing opportunity to get in, right? We were very comfortable. We were shorting this, right? The Discord was shorting this, okay? And yeah, then we took profit down there, right? We longed, okay, and we longed this up, okay. Now we're kind of looking for the same thing, right? So yeah, I mean, it's like what I talked about at the start, right? This is the trend. We get a strong move up followed by a big long squeeze, okay, strong move up, lots of new long trades opening up, then a big long squeeze, all right, big long, big. Mixing my words up here, right? We get a big move up, okay, lots of long trades opening up, and then we get the long squeeze. Okay, same thing here. Big move up, lots of longs opening up. Again, do we get the long squeeze here? It's the trend, right? It's a trade the trend until the end, because the trend is your friend until the end. So yeah, that's what we could see. So you are very right with that prediction, Anchor. But yeah, it's just patience now, really. Patience. A lot of trading is, well, trading is built up on patience, really. You have to remain patient, wait for your levels. Once you wait for your levels, you have to then wait for the trade entry trigger. Once you have the trade entry trigger, you then have to remain patient and wait for that trade to play out. So yeah, trading is mainly patience, right? So yeah, right now it's just patience. Let's wait and see. We're in a good position, right? We're long from the low, we're short from the high. Okay, let's see what plays out, right? Let's see what plays out. If you haven't already, please do make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Really does help me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. But yeah, I think I've talked about everything that I want to talk about. So if there are no more questions, I think I will leave that there. We've been live for about 50 minutes. So yeah, I think that's long enough. I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about. So yeah, I will leave that there then. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Of course, if you want access to the Visionary Discord, where I go through all of my trades in there, of course you get the daily market updates as well, all of the good stuff, then that's the first link in the description. It'll take you over to this page here where you can get access to all of that. Of course, we have the education there as well and the ExoChart templates. So yeah, you can get all that juicy stuff there. And if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out. I can continue to bring this content to you. And if you haven't already, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Sorry, I've already said that, right, haven't I? Please make sure that you do subscribe and turn that bell notification on, so you never miss another live stream. So yeah, thank you very much for joining, everybody. It's good to see familiar faces here. It's good to see new faces here. So Martin, Disclosure Crypto, good to see you here. Anchor, good to see you here as always as well. So yeah, good to see you back here. So I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream. So yeah, what's that? It's a Wednesday. So yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. And for any Visionary members, I will see you over, of course, in the Discord as well. So yeah, see you later, guys, and goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, dog?